Welcome back, Smash Heads. And if you haven't watched segment 1, go back and watch it, because there might be some spoilers in here in this video, right? But we are ready here for segment 2 of our July 23rd game day, our final game day of the 2021 CDL regular season. It's been a long road. Yeah, I know, I won't do that again. I apologize. Anyways, so the Nevada Thunder trying to go 2 for 2 against the San Francisco Shinobis this year. They come into this game knowing it's going to be the last of their season. 6 wins, 11 losses, no ties, and 2 overtime losses. 20 points on the season. That has them at last place in the Western Conference. As a matter of fact, as of right now, they're last place in the league. Atlanta's win earlier in segment 1. Haha, spoiler. Go back and watch it, right? That kind of put Nevada back to last. So, if they lose here, hey, they got that number 1 overall pick of the draft. That's what they got going for them. But they did beat San Fran earlier in the year. The Shinobis, they got 22 points on the season, 6 wins, 10 losses, 1 tie, and 2 overtime losses. And currently 10th place in the Western Conference. So, if anything, it's for entertainment purposes perhaps, or they're playing for their own pride's sake. It's the last game of the regular season, or for 2021 for both the Shinobis and the Thunder. Let's get a look at the lineups. It's going to be Inferno leading the way for the Nevada Thunder today, followed by Monkey at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, it's going to be Black Lena, and that 5-point gainer will be 7 series. To the home side of the Shinobis, Lila Geyser squad leading the way with Blue 512. Following him out there is going to be Zapper. Spectite Jr. has the captain spot, and rookie Cliprod will be at 5-point gainer. So both teams set and ready to go here. Pacific Division Showdown for one last time in 2021. These two go at it. And it's a 5-0 game in favor of the San Francisco Shinobis. Inferno down, that brings out Monkey for the Nevada Thunder. Take on Blue 512. Some heavy hits and support. These cars are pretty heavy, and Blue 512 with a good flip there. He knocked his front end loose. So a big hit by Blue 512. That did some damage. 10-0 the score. And Black Lena now coming out for the Thunder, trying to get him back into this game. San Fran been good at home here. Ooh, that time no contact. Bad roll. Back to their own sides. They will go. Well, to opposite sides, I should say. They will go. That time, that is an interference that puts them on their own sides. Match continuing. Blue 512 is landing some doozy hits, man. He's bringing it here in this last game day. I think he wants to be re-signed. We'll see what the Shinobis do in the off-season. Be interesting to see what draft pick they might end up with. And Blue 512 down there. So a good day for him. He goes 2-1. And he leaves Black Lena for Zapper here. 10-5 is the score in favor of the Shinobis. Okay, let's put this game away. A little flip shot there. And it is going to be a good collision and a good flip. Got enough of them. 10-10 is now the score. Nevada fighting back. Spectite Jr. now out there. So Spectite Jr. and Black Lena now going at it. And ooh, almost a flip there. Black Lena able to stay up. Black Lena needs to play like this every game. And here comes Renji. The collision kitten. He might get involved. Oh, off the mesh, and he stays alive. But I think he's drawn the attention of Renji, the collision kitten, and Black Lena is going to be down here. The Shinobis back in the lead. 15-10 the score. I don't know if you see him in the corner of your screen. He's just got a look of intensity in his eyes. That's the collision kitten. Miku was more or less, I'm going to lay up here and sleep. Renji's here like, I'm going to get on the field and I'm going to play. So that's the difference, I'd say, between the Crash Cat and the Collision Kitten. But 15-10, the Shinobis in the lead, looking to put this game away. 7th series, trying to force overtime. Spectite Jr. trying to get the win. And Spectite Jr. does have the win. 15-10 the final. And the San Francisco Shinobis get the win over the Nevada Thunder, which will secure one thing for the Nevada Thunder, potential future team owners out there. This team has the number 1 overall pick of the 2021 or 2022 next year CDL draft. So they will have that first overall draft pick next year. So for those who might be wondering about owning a CDL team, the Nevada Thunder might be the the team of choice, 15-10. Final score, Shinobis getting the win over the Thunder. Coming up next, San Antonio Defenders. They were in last place most of the season, but they got hot in the second half after a couple of trades got made, so maybe something Jim Hull Sr. could pay attention to, but they are eliminated from the playoff race, and they're going up against the team that just clinched the Cobb Award, so really a battle for pride's sake. It's the San Antonio Defenders and the Philadelphia Demons coming up next. Never make a field cat-friendly enough. Welcome back, CDL fans. On to the midway point, and you might be wondering right now, perhaps, where's the fourth car in the Philadelphia lineup? As the San Antonio Defenders are on the road today to take on the Philadelphia Demons. And you're going to see it's been a tale of two different seasons. San Antonio coming into this game with a record of 7 wins, 11 losses, no ties and 1 overtime loss, 22 points on the season, and it's been a rough one for them. But they, as of late, they've actually put a couple of wins together, so they're not in last place anymore. As a matter of fact, 8th place in the Western Conference out of 12 teams, so I mean, not going to make the playoffs. Of course, they've already been eliminated, but they made improvements and strides towards the end of the year. So this doesn't do not scratch the mesh. The Philadelphia Demons, on the other hand, they've already clinched the Cobb Award, which is basically the CDL's version of the President's Trophy. They got the best regular season record for 2021. So 15 wins, 3 losses, no ties, 1 overtime loss, and a lineup that has been demolished by the Collision Kitten. So I think Shane Geiser's Philadelphia Demons, they got the lessons from the Collision Kitten there as they are ready to go. So luckily I remember their lineup, right? So Renji's got 5 points on the day. As I see, he did get a flip on Silver Molina. So that's 5 points for the Collision Kitten. If anyone's keeping track on the amount of flips he's gotten all season. It's not too many. He was doing more at the beginning of the year. Uh-oh. He knows what this is. Stay. So, on to the lineups. We got Hawkeye leading the way for San Antonio, followed by Aqua Ferrari. The captain spot is going to be Far Future, and at 5-point gainer is Shell. To the home side, the Philadelphia Demons lead the way with High Tech, followed by Red Spectite. At the captain spot, it's going to be Hammer Jr., and at 5-point gainer will be Silver Molina. So San Antonio ready, and as is Philadelphia. So Jim Hull Sr.'s team, Shane Geiser's team, set to go head-to-head here, and a good flip right off the bat. High Tech takes down Hawkeye, 5-0 Philadelphia on top. So that brings out Aqua Ferrari. Battle with High Tech. Both cars staying up so far. This battle continues. Now Aqua Ferrari does got weight, but in the end, it's not going to serve him well enough. A good flip right there, and High Tech gives the Philadelphia Demons a 10-0 lead. Looking impressive. Normally he's been at the 5-point gainer spot all season, but he's cleaning house up to this point. Far Future trying to keep San Antonio in it. Not going to happen. Donuts served for dinner. And this is just a case where I really just say that the favored team to win this game came out and dominated this game. They were expected to come out and win is what they did. They finished up the regular season, 16 wins, 3 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. In case you're wondering how does that compare to last year's Tampa Bay Gators, who took that #1 seed, they were 16-2-0-2. So they had 2 overtime losses in their 4 losses instead of just 1. So Philly ended up maybe just a little short on that spectrum, right, at 1 point. But in the end, a very solid season. They will be the #1 seed and get a first-round bye as they dominate San Antonio here on the final game day of the regular season. So coming up next, the Mexico City Jaguars. Oh, if you're a Jaguars fan and the way they've been performing lately, you just did that. You did. Segment 1 was a reliever for you because Detroit took a loss, and that meant Mexico City won the Central Division. But what they can still try to go and get and win is the top seed in the Western Conference because they're tied with the LA Blades. I'm going to explain more because we just got to get to it. So Jaguars and Gators, it's the Brand Demo Bowl, and it's next. Welcome back, Table Derby fans. Didn't have to wait too long, so we get right on to the next one. I kind of gave you a little bit of an introduction into it already, but we've got the Mexico City Jaguars coming into this game 13 wins and 6 losses. No ties, no OT losses, 39 points on the season, and they are a win away from clinching the top seed in the Western Conference. Their opponents, the defending world champions, the Tampa Bay Gators, 11 wins, 7 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. 34 points on the season, and they are going to the playoffs. They have a playoff spot clinched just like Mexico City does, but Tampa Bay, you know what, this is the first time since 2017 that they're not going to be the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, as a matter of fact. Or not since 2017. Since 2017. So they are going to be the number 5 seed. So they are going to be the number 5 seed. As a matter of fact, 2017, I think they were the number 2 seed. But 2018, 19, and 20, they were the top team. Kind of had an off year here, but they will be playing against the Toronto Titans on the August 3rd game day to open the playoffs up. So, in case you were wondering. But anyways, so Brandon Kuma's 2 teams going at it, and thus that's why it's known as the Brand Demo Bowl. Mexico City is official. They are Central Division champions because Detroit took a loss earlier in this game day. But still got to fight for that number 1 spot in the West because LA is tied with Mexico City in points. So both with 39. So big game here. Let's get a look at the lineups. It's Solid Snake leading the way for the Mexico City Jaguars, followed by Charizard at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, it's going to be Inquisitor and a 5-point gainer for Mexico City. It is 48 hours. To the home side of the field, Battle leads the way for the Tampa Bay Gators, followed by Purple Fire. At the captain spot, it's Ratified. And at 5-point gainer, 47 Ronin for Tampa Bay. So, this one's pretty simple. We got the 2019 World Champions versus the 2020 World Champions. Owned by the same team owner, Brandon Kuma. Definitely has become one of the best team owners to ever step foot in the CDL. I would say that without a single doubt. As he has risen to greatness in this league, and Battle gets a good flip on Solid Snake there. I was about to call him Rising Heat for some reason. He's nothing like Rising Heat. But anyways, find out in the score, Tampa Bay in the lead. Mexico City kind of in a slump as of late, and maybe it's continuing right here. And it's 10-0. Battle has Tampa Bay on top. It's all up to Inquisitor here now. 10-0 the score. Tampa Bay in the lead. Inquisitor will try to get his team back in this game. Both cars staying up. They'll switch sides. And no question about it, Inquisitor on his side. Donuts served for dinner. 15-0 the finals. And the Tampa Bay Gators get it done. And Battle says, well, I think that was a statement by Battle saying that you can't sleep on this car no matter what. He can come out and play the game of his life sometimes, and he did that here against Mexico City. 15-0 Tampa Bay getting the win. And a tough loss for Mexico City. As a matter of fact, their last win was July 9th. They've lost, let's see, 3 or 4 in a row? Or, let me see back here. No, they beat Boston on the 13th. So they do finish the season with 3 losses in a row, though. So that is something to take note of. So will Mexico City be able to turn it around on that opening playoff game day? Of course, they're going to get the first round bye. But 13-7, their regular season record, which now opens up the opportunity for the Los Angeles Blades. They'll not only have a chance to win the Pacific Division, but they'll have a chance to take the top seed in the Western Conference. So that'll be in the 3rd segment. But coming up next, it's a big game for the Chicago Wind Attack. We're going to explain more when we get back. We got the Wind Attack and the Mustangs coming up. Smash Heads, we are back, and we got a big matchup on tap right here, the Chicago Wind Attack. 10 wins, 7 losses, no ties, and 2 overtime losses. has them at 32 points in the standings. Their opponents today, the Denver Mustangs, 6 wins, 10 losses, no ties, and 3 overtime losses. Now, we saw the Houston Oilers win earlier, which means they clinched their first playoff berth since 2017. The Seattle Lumberjacks and the Chicago Wind Attack are basically now the only 2 teams that are really left in this playoff hunt for that one remaining spot in the West. That said, Chicago is 3 points back of Seattle. They need a win, and they need Seattle to take a regulation loss. Well, this is the part where Chicago has to do their part. Of course, Seattle has not made the playoffs since 2012, and it's been a long time since Chicago did not make the playoffs. If I remember right, as a matter of fact, I think 2010 might have been the last year Chicago actually missed out. And they are very close to being in that position here today with their 32 points that they have. But Denver playing for pride's sake and nothing else, as they've already been eliminated from playoff contention. And there's a little bit of revenge that could be on the line here, especially for this car right there, Highlight, at the captain spot for the Denver Mustangs today. Former Chicago Wind Attack player, maybe looking to get a little even for that trade earlier in the season. But let's get a look at the lineups. Blue Dragon leads the way for the Chicago Wind Attack today, followed by R at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, it's going to be Hot Indy, and at 5-point gainer is Red Detta. Red Detta, the former Denver Mustang, which I guess he wouldn't mind coming out there and getting some revenge of his own. But to the home side of the field, we've got Denver leading the way with Purple Custo, followed by Golden Rat. At the captain spot is Highlight, and at 5-point gainer is Who. So both teams set and ready to go in this one. Blue Dragon and Purple Custo leading us off, and Purple Custo has a good flip, 5-0 in favor of the Denver Mustangs. So that brings out R now. He needs to be good today. Can he? This is the question. And R is taken down, 10-0 the score. The Denver Mustangs one flip away from getting this win and really upsetting the Chicago Wind Attack, and both cars staying up there. Jim Holst needing this win right here, as of course he gets the flip right there. Jim Holst Sr., I should say, really needing this win, as of course San Antonio's already eliminated from the playoffs. He might not have a team in the playoffs this year. His team's down though, 10-5. Hot Indy fighting back for the Wind Attack. He needs to tie this game up if he can. And Golden Rat is the opponent. He's a tough one to take down for sure. That injury is affecting him right here, no doubt. That battered front end from the World Cup tournament last year. Hot Indy trying to get through it here as he battles with Golden Rat. Golden Rat able to stay alive there. He would like to be the one that basically douses Chicago's playoff hopes. And that time, he's down. Off the mesh and he's down. We are tied at 10. Golden Rat out of the game, and that now brings out Highlight. These are 2 cars that were instrumental at one point in getting Jim Holst Sr. to the crash bowl. I believe in 2018, Hot Indy was on San Antonio when they won it. So they both have brought Jim Holst Sr. a crash bowl before. Now they go head to head. The feel is revenge in the air. Highlight out there. Would love to be the team that takes Jim Holst Sr. out perhaps, or the car that does it. Almost got the flip. Hot Indy staying alive. Hot Indy almost had that time. As they go at it again, and both cars again able to stay up. Switching sides. Good barrel roll maneuver by Highlight, but not that time. Highlight is down. Hot Indy gets the flip, and the Chicago Wind Attack trying to keep their season alive. And it's riding on a captain's day right now. If Hot Indy can get it, is Who is now out there. Who trying to force overtime. Hot Indy going for the Chicago win. He's going for that 4-0 day if he can get it. They were down 10-0. The Wind Attack now lead 15-10, looking for the win. Who trying to force overtime and almost had it right there. Who almost able to get a flip there and almost went down. That time he is down. So what a move right there. Hot Indy getting the flip. 15-10 is the final. And because of a 4-0 effort from Hot Indy, oh, captain, my captain, I am the new captain. This isn't a mutiny, I'm in charge now, he says. And the Chicago Wind Attack, with that victory, with that 4-0 Captain's Day from Hot Indy, do still have a chance to make it to the playoffs. 15-10 the final score, but now what they need is they need the Phoenix Firebirds to defeat the Seattle Lumberjacks in regulation. Whether that's going to happen or not, we're going to have to find out in the final segment. San Diego Lightning on the road against the Boston Vandals. Phoenix Firebirds on the road against the Seattle Lumberjacks. Los Angeles Blades on the road against the Montreal Saints. And the Golanda Outlaws on the road against the Buffalo Warriors. The War of Western New York. That rivalry continues in our third segment, the final one of our July 23rd game day. The last regular season segment of the season. So go on ahead, hit the notifications, subscribe. Hit the bell and subscribe. Get on Facebook at Car Demolition League. Join our group there. We'd love to have you. Maybe inquire about owning one of these teams like the Denver Mustangs. They need a team owner. They need a leader, right? A human leader, right? I mean, Highlight can do only so much, as you saw. Anyways. But that being said, folks, thanks for watching and stay on the lookout. Segment 3 is coming out soon.